Yo guys, welcome back to the channel, or if you're new to the channel, welcome. This is the third episode of Dopey Tales, a series where I just tell childhood stories all the way maybe up to where I'm at now. And it's just fun to reminisce and share these wacky and weird stories that, I haven't told. As you probably could tell, I have Knockout City gameplay in the background, which was supposed to be its own separate video, but my homie Dion wanted to have the air on and we couldn't record. Nah, but all seriousness though, it's almost like a blessing in disguise because I wanted to make a Dopey Tales episode, another one at least. But before I do, and not trying to make the intro really long, Cowdie Crew made an Instagram account where we'll be posting everyone's videos from Black Bloom, Nano X, Bossman McBoss, and myself included. If you have Instagram, go check us out over there. So far we've only posted like thumbnails of our videos, and in the bio we have a link tree so you can go check everyone out over there as well. But we're probably going to be posting memes on there just because we don't want to be like I guess you can say a strict account. We just want to be silly with it. But yeah, go check us out over there. Today I'm going to tell you guys about the time that I almost got suspended. And fun fact, I've never been suspended nor expelled. I don't even really think I've had like an official detention. I mean, in elementary we always had recess detentions, but then again, none of the kids would really follow the teachers' guidelines of having to stay against the wall, and they would just go to the park. However, without further ado, let me tell you guys about the time I almost got suspended. So this happened in elementary, and the reason why I almost got suspended had to deal with soccer or football, since only Americans call football soccer. And it was really over just some childish stuff, obviously. And to be honest, whenever there was problems among the kids, it usually had to do with soccer. For some reason at my school, it was just a very popular sport, and we would always get into fights. I remember it was actually so bad that my 5th grade year, they banned soccer for us to play at recess. But yeah, I just remember we had a big brawl, and that's the reason why soccer was banned or taken away from us. But the situation where I almost got suspended happened at the final recess, I believe, where at our school all the grades, I believe from 3rd grade and below, had 3 recesses, which took place in the morning, at lunch, and at near the end of the day. And for 4th grade and 5th graders, I believe they only had 2 recesses, if I remember correctly. So I want to say this probably happened when I was in 2nd grade, maybe 3rd, and it was on the 3rd recess and we were playing soccer. And usually there would be instances where there would be fouls among the game, but obviously since there was no referee, we would never give the other players free kicks or penalties. So the people who always got injured or fouled would always be mad and try to foul the other kids. And this is basically what I did, or this is basically what started my situation of almost being suspended. And before I say this, please don't judge me. This was when I was a kid, and for some reason I thought it was a really good idea. So what had happened was I got fouled, and I don't remember how. I think I might have just gotten kicked and I called for the foul, but obviously the play kept on going. So after I got fouled, I think I ran after the kid and I kicked him, or I slid behind him to trip him, and I think he might have probably stepped on me or kicked me back.
Stepped on me? Stepped on me? Are you kidding? This guy was dancing on me.
And from there, for some weird reason in my head, I decided it was a good idea to grab his balls and squeeze them as hard as I can. And I don't know why I didn't go with the signature punch to the balls or kick to the crotch, but I was like, you know what, I'm gonna just grab your balls and I'm gonna squeeze them as hard as I can, which obviously I'm pretty sure it hurt since the kid fell to the ground on his knees like crying. And from there, I think 2 of his teammates took him to the nurse and we continued to play, and I thought that was that. However, when I went to my classroom and we were just learning from our teacher or whatever, there was a knock at the door, and the kid who would sit in the back and open the door usually opened the door, and the kid that came in was the one that I basically destroyed his nutsack. I laughed not because I was proud of what I did, but I just remember the kid coming in and he had an ice pack on his nuts, and it was crazy. Like I immediately started regretting what I did, and I knew I wasn't gonna find a way to get out of this. So the teacher asked to the kid what happened, and he just points at me, or I think he even tells in front of everybody that I grabbed his balls and I squeezed them as hard as I can. So obviously the teacher was mad at me, and she sent me to the office with the kid, and we went to the office and we were just waiting in the lobby to be called into the principal's office. In there, the principal called us in and he just started asking us questions, writing it down in a notebook. I think even in an attempt to like try to get on the principal's good side, he had like a bunch of cowboy like merchandise, like cups or figurines. For those who are unfamiliar, the Cowboys are an American football team, so I might have just tried to get on his good side, but obviously it didn't work. I don't even think he was like having it. I think he just ignored me and continued asking the questions. But since it was near the end of the day, he couldn't finish his questions and he told us to go home, and that in the morning he would call us through the announcement speakers for us to go into the office. So I went home that day just panicking, kind of worried that I was obviously going to be suspended, especially since my parents were pretty strict, even to the point where, I know I'm skipping forward, but even in middle school, I got on a report card all A's except for 1B, and I just remember my parents grounding me for that 1B, which obviously sounds pretty crazy to those who like have more lenient parents. My parents are pretty lenient, it's just obviously they wanted me to do good in school and they still want me to thrive. But going back to where I was when I went home at school, so I went to sleep hoping that it wouldn't be such a bad punishment, and the next day we went in and I went into class and class started and I was just waiting for the speaker announcement to go off, but after a while we never got called, and the kid that I squeezed his balls told me if we should just go to the office, and I told him we should just wait because the principal would call us as he said the previous day. He never did, and that's how I never got suspended. To this day I feel really bad. I honestly don't know why I did that. Obviously as a kid I was just stupid. There really isn't a moral to the story. To be honest, I should have been suspended. But you know, I lucked out, and it's not like after that I just kept squeezing balls. But if you guys enjoyed this story, please give it a thumbs up, share. I'll probably do another story time in the future. Again, go check out Coyote Crew and Instagram. I will have a link in the description. Check out my Twitter. I usually tweet out videos whenever I post, or you know, if you're new to the channel, subscribe and turn on bell notifications so you know when I post. But yeah, hopefully you guys have a good day and don't get your balls squeezed. Peace.